Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you. And welcome back to Soul Purpose Leaders. Today, I have an amazing guest. And before I can get too excited that I forget my words, I'm going to start by saying thank you for actually watching this video, because I created this platform is to help those people who are at home. Maybe they don't have a way of getting help, or even they don't know yet if they need that support. And it was inspired by the COVID-19, because everyone was at home. They couldn't they couldn't get out. And so I am here to actually taking these amazing people in front of you within the YouTube, either Facebook, any social media platform, to actually share that, hey, you don't have to go to Yellow Pages anymore, yeah? You don't have to go and start looking ABC in Google or anything. I am actually going to bring it for you. And today we have an amazing speaker. Her name is Ishea Muhammad, and she is one of a kind. I'm going to share with you her biography. Ishea Muhammad is a certified life coach, content creator, and podcaster who is dedicated to help women to become the best version of themselves. Ishea is fueled by a passion of helping women face and work on their areas of development to create the life they want. Ishea assists women to identify and rise above limiting beliefs and other hurdles to succeed in life. Her self-titled podcast primarily features women who are impacting the community, shining a light on their projects and discussing everyday life experience. Due to pandemic, Ishea created the Ishea also has a project, Elevation Time, where she shares messages of motivation and empowerment on her YouTube channel, Elevation Time. That's what it's called, guys, okay? And podcast each fortnight on Thursday at 9 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube with special guests, sharing their experiences and testimonies on how they have overcome challenges, thrived personally and in service to others during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, we want to know more about this woman, isn't it, guys? Yeah. So let's bring up Ishea Muhammad. Please join us.
Barke, thank you so much for inviting me on Soul Purpose Leaders. It is wonderful to be here sharing time and space.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, for reading my bio. It always sounds different when someone else is reading it. That me.
Yeah, amazing things. And it's so funny because end of the day, reading a biography is actually sharing what your achievements, what you actually done. And some people, they shy away. They're like, oh my God, did I actually do that? So it's really impactful, for yourself and for other people as well. So congratulations for all the journey and everything you've done so far in your life.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I would love to know, Ishea, where have you been all this life? Come on, what you've been doing? Tell us about you.
My goodness. Well, where do I start? At the beginning. Well, I am somebody who always have kind of attracted people who want to tell them about their issues or, their problems, or to give them viewpoints on things. From when we was in the playground as children, we would be discussing things and I would be that kind of go-to person. And in secondary school, I found that people called me Mother Earth because I always had a remedy for something, a perspective on something, just shedding light on things, and people can open up to me. That's something that I found. So in life, I found that I draw people to me. I've had some interesting life experiences. I got to the point where I was looking at the community. I was looking at Black people as a whole, and I could see that, we seem to be kind of in a situation where we were at the lower end of things. We had a lot of dysfunction and things carrying on. But when you look at our rich history, and stuff. You got that beautiful picture there behind you of those elephants in Africa, you know, kings and queens and empires. Like, why are we kind of operating how we are today? So I was looking for answers, and that's when I came across the Nation of Islam, which I'm a member of. And there was lots of answers there. And unlike the church, you could actually ask questions and, you know, get answers. And you're encouraged to go away and look into things for yourself. And that was very empowering for me. So in my journey in doing that, it was more service of people, you know, whereby I was serving the community, if not, you know, sharing an inspirational message. Then it would be things like events and such like. And that was one experience that really kind of opened me up to travel, meeting new people, new experiences, meeting the Honourable Mr. Farrakhan himself. And that was just really life-changing for me. During that process, I became a mother, had 3 beautiful children, 2 boys and a girl, and just had the experience of not working, being a stay-home mom, and also homeschooling, which I've recently started to do again, you know, during this pandemic that we're in. And through some of these experiences, I've really kind of learned and come into who I am today. Lots of different experiences, learning new things about myself that I never knew existed. Definitely being able to be creative and tap into that creative energy to bring things into being. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And I love that, because end of the day, knowing yourself, who you are, the way you attract people to come into your life, and actually wanting to know more on how you can be valuable to communities. And for you as well, it seems that it comes naturally for you to just go out and networking. That's amazing.
Well, yeah, I do like doing that. I'm doing that more now. I think the pandemic has made people really look at life and reassess things. You know, one of the other things that I did in working with young people as well who were homeless, you know, waiting for their social housing to come through. I forgot to mention that, because that was another experience of working with people. There was like unaccompanied minors that would come over from countries like Somalia and stuff that I would work with, helping them with education, with any health issues, informal counselling, jobs and such like. And that was a really, really empowering experience. And just exposure to different situations. You know, there's a lot of hard situations that some young people were going through, and it was good to be able to assist them to kind of move forward in that, you know, to go on and live independently. So that was really good as well. I didn't mention that. But networking is something that, yes, I really do like to meet new people, especially on a global basis, you know, because the world is our oyster.
Oh, yes, that is true indeed. And so you actually coming out there and wanting to make a difference, did you, because people, they're always coming to you, they're always looking for your support. What is the major, would you say, for those people who come to you most often, what is the popular thing that they come for you for?
Well, funnily enough, it has been women who feel suppressed in some way, whether it's domestic abuse or whether it's the housewife who's struggling with the children. Those are the kind of issues that I have come across most frequently. And it's been very empowering to see the similarities that us as women go through. You hear the same things kind of come up from different women. You know, it could be a sister from Morocco and it could be a sister from Jamaica, but you can still see the same kind of struggles and issues.
It's so funny you say that, because we don't realize that the whole world, it kind of, even though we have different traditions and we have different cultures, but we feel the similar pains. We actually feel, or
That's
we
right.
go through same challenges, but we don't realize that. When we look at the white person, we think, oh, no, they don't go through those things. When we look at the Black people, yes, we do go a lot of, hurdles or challenges or hardship in our lives in a different way. But it's not, because if you look at, if everyone stood up and say, I've got I'm going through domestic violence at the moment, you know what I mean, in my household, there will be different colored people. There'll be different people from different countries. And this is where we forget that sometimes. Now, what is your most advice that you give to those people who are feeling trapped, who are going through hardship? What do you tell them?
To really go inside themselves and to try and find, to reconnect, with who it is they are and how they've come to find themselves where they are, and to look at what it is they want for themselves and to be very honest about what that is going to take, and identify their areas in which they need support to be able to actualize that plan of going forward for themselves. So that's really the formula, which takes some work and some willingness, because whatever we're going through in life, if we do not have the desire which feeds the will for us to do something, it doesn't matter who you have, it's not going to get done. You have to decide that this is something that you want to do, and trust those who are there to support you, that they will support you for you to do it.
Wow, amazing. Thank you for that advice. But end of the day, yes, it is true. It's something that you have to make a choice for yourself, but also it's something that you have to keep it up. It's not going to happen just like that. One day you changed. Nah, it's not going to happen like that. Now, you've got 3 children. How are you supporting your children in a way that, especially with what's happening right now in life? What is your either technique, or what is your way, your methods that you're using that actually help you with your children on the life it is outside out there?
My children are so high energy. I feel like all of them have been on the planet before. So that's probably a really good head start. The level of, how inquisitive they are, how quickly they catch on to things. It's best to not shield them too much from the realities of the world, to put things in a way in which they can actually grasp, and to also wed it, I find, with being a spiritual person, but one who looks into scripture, for them to be able to see that we're living in a particular time now where these things that were written and that some people perceive as being things of in the past are actually things that are happening now, and we're kind of walking in the fulfillment of those things. So with them having that understanding, I think it just brings a more realness of the time, and to always be letting them see things from different viewpoints, letting them know that they have to make that connection with Allah, with God, that higher power, make him real for themselves, and to realize that his essence lives within them. So they are spiritual beings. They have God-like power as well, and that they can visualize things and say be and it is, and bring that into fruition. If they're struggling, then you can always give an example of the fact that struggle is ordained and is actually good for us. And when you keep on doing things in a repetitive manner, it may seem boring at first, but as you get it, you get to the stage of mastery, and then you move on to the next thing. So things like that. And even with some of the self-development things that I am learning, I am involving them as well. So things like affirmations, things like meditation, are things that I'm involving them in, because we have to be very proactive in safeguarding or, building our mental health, keeping that up in this time as well, with these restrictions of lockdown and not being able to see certain family members if they're vulnerable and stuff. So I'm really just treating them like little adults, and that's really what they are. They're little people with their own personality, their own perspective, their own power, and I honor that. I really do try to honor that, and I'm forever blown away with some of the things that they come out with. So they're a great learning for me. With all that said, yes, I am mom, and sometimes what I say goes, and do this and do that, but those other elements are very much in play, alongside the kisses and the hugs and the declarations of love that we daily give each other. Yeah.
Amazing. And that is it's so true, because end of the day, if we shield them for too much, they kind of they will become resentful to us, because it will hit them so much, and that can actually make them either lose focus on what is real or what is important in their own lives, and also can actually work against ourselves, because it's like, you didn't tell me this, or you didn't share, you weren't there for me, in a way that to actually let them grow to be who they want to be, or to be individual, to be unique, to be themselves. Now, I also want to know, because since the pandemic as well for yourself, you've started this movement called the COVID Conquerors. Tell us a bit about that, please.
Well, COVID Conquerors is my podcast series, whereby it's very in alignment with the aim of the podcast in regards to highlighting what people in the community are doing. But it's really in this time of the pandemic to kind of zone into how people are thriving. To thrive is more than to survive. So what is it about the human spirit that allows us to thrive, even though we're in a very uncertain time? And it's to do with the mindset, and it's to do with that God power that we have inside. It's tapping in on that and utilizing it to help yourself, but also to help others. So I'm calling on people who are doing that, and you were one of my guests, to just be a messenger, if you like, a light in this hour, calling onto others in the so-called darkness to let them know, hey, look, this is what I've been able to do. Is there something you can do? Or is what I'm doing of help to you? So that people can see, there's opportunity. I can look at things a different way. Who could I maybe, contact, call, or help? Or I'm facing this problem. Oh, she does this, he does that. I can contact them, and make a way for myself. So it's there to encourage, it's there to give hope, it's there to be that shining light for people to know that, yes, we are in this pandemic, but there is hope. And here are these people that are like beacons of light that you can attach yourself to, to kind of guide you through this. And so that's why I set up COVID Conquerors. And it's a pleasure to interview and find out about, some of my guests and the awesome things that they're doing, and just have that vibration, that positive energy, every fortnight. Gives you a dose.
That's really amazing. And it's very important for people, because end of the day, we all need empowering. We all need motivation. We all need some kind of reminder that it's okay. Wherever you are in life, it's okay. And you are still alive. That means you can make a difference, or you can change, or you can be whoever you want to be. And that is beautiful. So keep it up. Keep going, girl. You're doing amazing things.
Yes.
Now, also, you actually go on YouTube and share the moment with other people and elevation time. So tell us about that as well, please.
Elevation time is it's my YouTube channel, which actually started on Facebook, where I would do these pre-recorded lives and just really share on different subject matters. You know, things like seeking validation from others, a perspective about not being broken. You know, you throw the term around, you know, broken home, broken this, broken that, you know, but there's a different perspective about some of these things about negative self-talk, you know, things about reconnecting from maybe family members that you've been estranged from. You know, these are just some of the subject matters that would just come up, and I would just hit the camera and just basically pour out, once again, to inspire and to motivate people, because we're all seeking something. You know, not everybody's religious, not everybody's even spiritual, you know, taking those steps to go into these realms, if you like, but they could still hear a word and get that seed planted for them to start wanting to know more and growing on this road of self-development. So I was inspired to do that, and during that time I was actually going through some things, but I always have this desire to, whatever the weather, to just share something, you know, share something that can uplift somebody else as I uplift myself, because I've gone back and listened to some of those things. I'm like, yeah, you know, and I think it's just really good to be able to do that, you know, elevate ourselves when we feel maybe lost, when we feel a bit down, a bit crap, things maybe aren't going our way, or we just need that extra boost, you know, just click play, boom, it's there, you know, and just, you know, just enjoy and share with others. So yes, I will be doing more, because it's something it's divinely inspired, you know. I'm not going to talk for talking's sake. Like, there's something coming through me that I have to get out for you, you know.
Amazing.
So that's how that came about, and that's what
I
you'll
love
find.
that. You reminded me of because I love what's his name, Les Brown, okay, and when he did he bought because he was told that he's going to speak in an event, so he actually went and got himself in a pickle, as they would say, by agreeing to get tape recorders to be delivered for that event. But there was so much, and the person who died, so he couldn't go to that event. And so what he did was that the thing, it's like the back of your mind, when everything is going down and everything, it's out of your control, and that voice that comes down to you, and it's like telling you, okay, now you need inspiration. Would you listen to your own tapes? I made me laugh. Okay. And so when you said that, listening to your own tapes when you're going through your own hardship, it just kind of remind me, because that was the question I wanted to ask you, was that, what about you? You know, what do you do when you are in a place of hardship, or you're in a place that you can't face that hope and you can't see it because you're just surrounded by darkness, or surrounded by everything that is falling down, and you're looking at them rather than stop, let's focus on what we want to do, or what we're aiming, or why we're here. You know what I mean? And a lot of people out here, we do that. We don't realize it, and we have to snap out of it. So tell us about you. What do you do to snap out of that kind of like zoning out? And what do you do for yourself?
Well, one of the things that I do is I meditate, but I also do affirmations. And I literally had a experience whereby I was feeling very much like how you described, and I just started to reel them off in my head. And all of a sudden, I just started to come down, you know, that peace just started to come down, and all of the chatter, if you like, the volume just turned down, and I could breathe, you know. And I think it's just very important for us to be self-aware. Self-awareness is something that will help you to be able to know what's going on with yourself, and which one of your tools to get out of the tool bag to be able to employ. to help you get through those dark moments. Another thing that I do is also I pray. Another thing that I do is I will watch motivational things as well. And it's also important to have a support system. Is there somebody that you can be vulnerable with, to tell of what it is you're going through, So it's a combination of those things during those times. Yeah, we don't happen too frequently, I'm glad to say. But when they happen, I'm armored. Yeah.
But this is where the life of everyone, okay? Until the moment we break that cycle, or we break that the way we living, the habits, we don't sometimes, if we always follow and go without thinking, without actually analyzing, without reflecting, we kind of put ourselves in a place that is stuck. But if we actually say, okay, what am I doing? What is happening to me? How am I feeling? What is this feeling actually giving to me? What are they actually doing for me? What am I actually telling myself? And that is knowing, then you can actually snap out of it, but also you can actually help yourself in a positive way. You're not going to go down, spiral down on a bad way. We need all of that. So you shared with us the techniques, the methods that we can actually work on ourselves, because every person is different. At the beginning, I used to be, I couldn't stay still, do the meditation for even a minute, because all these thoughts were so much in my head that I was it's crazy.
Yeah.
So until I started to understand.
It's not easy to get into, as much the same, yeah. As much the same. It's not easy. It's taken years to get to this point. Yeah.
So because for me, I used to ask questions. I used to go to motivational groups when it wasn't COVID at the time. And I used to actually be surrounding with people who are meditating, who are doing maybe like what you said, in a way, that affirmations, people who are doing motivation either in themselves or motivation with other people. It was eye opener. But for the people who cannot or don't know, this is the amazing time that we share this, and this is great that we do this for ourselves, because come on, if you don't treat yourself, how would you actually elevate another person? How would you empower another person? You know what I mean? And this is what we need to do. Now, tell us, you are a certified coach, okay? You like, oh my goodness, you're like you pull people in, but also they must also take a lot within you. And you just said that you actually help yourself. So that's great. But what is your next stage at the moment for you to actually elevate your life, but also elevate those people even more?
Well, I like to be multifaceted. And with that, as you can see already, there's the elevation time, get your uplifted word. There's the podcast, get inspiration from others. But there's also another avenue, which is developing courses. So that's one of the things that I'm currently doing. I'm developing online courses to help people self-develop. And I'm also writing a book on affirmations. So those are the two things that I'm doing in the background before I actually launch into the coaching as a business, because all the coaching that I've done, it's been very informal. So I'm going to formalize it by launching my business early next year. So I like to just have these different avenues of reaching people. If you're on the self-help journey and you like to read affirmations book, if you're looking for an online course, I've got a course. If you just want a word, you can have a word. And even if you want to come on my podcast, you want to be active and you got something to say, apply, and you may be able to do that too. So, I just like different ways of reaching different people, I guess, to really just have maximum impact, and reach as many people as possible.
Amazing. And thank you, really. It's just, and congratulations, I would say, because the book is coming. I can't wait.
Yes,
The courses are coming out. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for 2021 because we're
I
going to get
know.
to see this woman fly,
Yeah.
be a
Oh,
different
I'm on the
person.
runway, about to take off.
Exactly. So this is really amazing. And for you to see that your journey to
Mhm,
actually being impressed within yourself and to say to yourself, congratulations, and being proud of who you
mhm,
are as a person.
mhm,
But have
mhm,
you ever thought, like, maybe there's somebody out there that's actually
mhm,
looking at you and say to you, like look at you like a role model. Have you ever thought
mhm,
that your action can impact someone else's life in a way that, oh my goodness, I better watch out. Whatever I'm doing, somebody out there is getting inspired by me.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite lucky in the fact that I do get feedback from, some sisters who are, a tiny bit younger than myself who look up to me. And that's very, very, very humbling because I'm like, girl, really? You know, I'll just do my thing out here. So that is the truth. That is the truth. That's to touch people and help them is something that I just feel I'm on the planet to do, you know people being wowed by the exterior or whatever they hear coming from me, I don't really look at it like that. That's not what necessarily fuels me in that manner. But if that's what comes about, then praise be to Allah. That's good. But it's just to touch people so that they can help themselves. That's the main thing that I want to do. Yeah. By no means perfect. But I'm just doing my best. Yeah.
Exactly. We are all human. Come on. We make mistakes sometimes, and it's part of life and part
Exactly.
of living. So, yes.
Exactly.
Now, for the people who may be their first time hearing you, seeing you,
Mhm.
being
Yeah.
empowered by you,
Mhm.
and they might be going through
Mhm.
a lot of difficulties, or they might even not thought before of where they are in their own lives, and feeling stuck, feeling
Mhm.
trapped, feeling maybe have anxiety within themselves of what can I do, or even if I do it, would I really get that, the results I want, and even been scared to actually take that first action. What would your message actually share to those people?
Um, what what if I would say, what if what your heart desires could actually be a reality for you? What if you could actually have what it is you say you want for yourself? What if, you know, if we don't put one foot forward in front of the other, we will never know the ending. If we don't start, we will never know the ending. If we don't challenge ourselves to become unstuck, then we will never go forward. So how much do you really want it? And what are you willing to do? And one of the things, especially as women, Black women in particular, we have this strong woman idea that we've attached ourselves to. And that can sometimes leave us feeling that if we ask for help, it's a sign of weakness, you know? So we have to do it all by ourselves. And we have to move out of that mindset, I'd say move out of that mindset and ask for help. People who are doing the things that you want to do, find a way to, engage with them, learn what you need to learn. But most importantly, we have to face ourselves and our fears, face it, look at it. How real is it really? Or is it really false evidence appearing real? So just do some examination and put one foot in front of the other. What is the worst that could happen? And what if it really is possible, which it is, for you to get to where you want to be, do what it is you want to do, be who it is you want to be, have what it is you want to have, Put your mind there. What would it be like? What would it feel like? What would it look like? Can you touch it? Can you taste it? Can you smell it? And how does that make you feel? And stay in that place and do what's necessary to reach it. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. But get into motion.
I love that. Thank you so much for that advice. And it is true, guys. Okay. If you do this every single day, what she said, you can actually watch this video and come to this area where she says, and you can put that as your guru, kind of like a background noise for her to guide you when the way she said it. What if, imagine yourself. No, really, this is serious stuff, guys. Okay. You can actually help yourself to maintain the momentum of what your vision or what is that out the goal that you really want to do. And guess what, it will start manifesting without even you doing the work yet. So this is the moment, this is the time for you to make a difference in your life, and this is why we're here. So tell us, where can we find you?
You can find me on most of the social media platforms. On Instagram, I'm under Sister Ishea. My name's spelled quite uniquely, actually. It's Ishea. And also the same on Facebook. And with the podcast, you can find me on Facebook under the Ishea Muhammad podcast. And also I've got a new YouTube channel that you can subscribe to, little plug here if I may, the Ishea Muhammad podcast, where you'll find all of the podcast series thus far on there, and also other podcast platforms such as Spotify and Anchor and such like. Also, I have a website, which is bestyouinmotion.com. So there you'll find some blogs and more information about me, and that's where my book and courses will appear. So please connect with me. It will be good. Be nice to meet you.
Amazing. And don't worry if you didn't catch all of that. I will actually share it within the description area, and you can actually get in touch with her. And also this video is going to be on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and also in YouTube and LinkedIn. And Ishea, you've been amazing. Yes. I love what you actually share with us. Would you be willing to actually come back? Next year, I've got big plans for this platform. Would you be able to come back to us?
It would be my pleasure. No problem. I'd be honored.
Amazing. Yeah. And also, when you do publish your book, please let us know, as we would love to interview you and to know what is in the book, where can we find it, and what do we need to do whilst we already got the book. Okay, so you can tell us all about it.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Let's make that happen.
Oh yes. And happy holidays, and I wish you all the best. Take care. And for everybody else, this is Ishea.
Thank you so much, Barke. Same to you. You take care now.
You too. Bye everybody.